What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And of course, when you see my man Jeremiah, you know we're going around the league. Don't pay attention because Jeremiah's also watching the World Series as it's going on. But it's all good. I mean, because that's what we do. We're sports fanatics. We're real sports junkies here. So other than that, yeah, we're gonna start doing right now we're gonna go into the rundown from week 8, which was one of the craziest weeks ever because I don't think we did that well this week, Jeremiah. I mean, there was a lot of shocking things that happened. So we're going to start with the first game. We talked about San Diego already and how they looked amazing in them midnight blue uniforms. But the Dolphins, Falcons. Now, I kept saying it, and now I think people are seeing it. I told you it wasn't the coaching. It was Tua. Tua woke up over. Tua must have sat up there and maybe he's seen my video, our video, and me just blasting him talking about some. It's not the coach, it's the player. And and he was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me show y'all that I can actually play. He figured out that Jalen Waddle was actually a legit receiver. I don't know what took him so long. But Dolphins beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-10. Atlanta was without Drake London. And they were without Michael Penix. And of course, Kirk Cousins does what Kirk Cousins does. What's your thoughts on that game?
Even though I picked Atlanta to win, but even though they didn't, they had those missing parts between Drake London and Michael Penix. I thought that the running game would be good because the Dolphins running game is like I think they're last in the league. They might be the last in the league. They're the bottom, and they got Bijan. But what was surprising was Bijan only ran for 25 yards.
He also had a big fumble.
Yeah. Right, but the entire but he only got 9 rushes too. He only ended up with nine rushes. They probably should get the ball more, but the fact that because Bijan, he's like he got that Saquon feel to him. Right. He can rush 25 yards and he can break off 80-yard run like that.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Man, but that's what shocked me the most. But you know what? It shouldn't shock me because it's Atlanta. Atlanta do things like that. Atlanta show out. They'll show out 1 week and then they lose to the Panthers 30-0. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't shock me, but especially when Tua was playing, man. Tua he was giving away games. He was like, hey man,
just throwing picks.
Matter of fact, they need to add his name to the investigation, man.
I thought his name was Tua Winfrey. I mean, you get a pick, you get a pick, you get a pick, you get a pick.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, but I mean, even with that, like, just talking about the Bijan Robinson fumble, this year we've seen a lot of guys basically cause their own fumbles. He set up there, was running, set up there, was carrying the ball a certain way. Ball careens off his knee, fumble. Jaden Daniels did it. Geno Smith did it. Dylan Gabriel had one.
Ward had some
exactly. And I mean, like we're seeing this, and it's been like it's been all over the league. Like all of them. Bo Nix had one. Jackson Dart had one. So it's like they're all just fumbling the ball and it's and nobody's causing them to fumble. So that's it. Hell, we just saw one in with the Commanders. No, they made him fumble that ball, but either way, it's just that we're seeing a lot of players make their own fumbles. So that was quite surprising. And of course, like Bijan, when they took him out the game was over. Game was completely over. There was nothing nobody could do. And Kirk Cousins, like I said, we got a radio host here that he just loves glazing Kirk's glizzy. I mean, he just loves him, and it's
Did you say
like,
anything about
bro,
him this week?
man, he was quiet. He was quiet
Yeah.
this week,
Oh yeah.
well, he was quiet today. He was
Right.
quiet today, but yeah, I mean, it's
He'll be
like,
back.
yeah. I mean, he just loves him some Kirk Cousins. No matter how bad, how much he's lost, he just loves him some Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
Next is the Bears Ravens, a game that I think shocked not only you but probably shocked me too. Tyler Huntley came in there
Did
and
did what he
was
needed to
ripping it
do.
off,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bears again. It's like they played well in two games, and then it's like they went right back to what they were doing and how they were failing before. So,
Right.
what was your take on this game? Because that was a surprising game.
This is why I don't trust Caleb Williams as much.
Hmm.
Everything has to flow. Like it's one of those things. Even though it's his second year in the league, I typically give quarterbacks that to their third year. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying to give them a good judgment because it all really depends on how the team is built. To be honest with you, and then I think Caleb Williams has basically uh, relied on his athletic ability. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Tyler Huntley, the Ravens had no business. They had absolutely no business. Not he should have been the Ravens the entire season. The entire season. I'm talking about from the start. I'm talking about from
Right.
training camp on because Tyler Huntley was playing with the Browns during training camp. He wasn't on the
Exactly.
squad. You know what I'm saying? And like you mentioned before, you don't have to change the offense
Exactly.
because he's
Exactly.
mobile. He's
Right.
mobile. He almost won a playoff game. He almost won a playoff game a couple years ago. He just had
Yeah.
that
Yep. Sure enough, did. Yep.
he just made that one little dumb decision, tried to jump over the goal line and he fumbled. You know what I mean? But you see, Derrick Henry got going. Tyler
Hmm.
Hunt, he got 53 yards. Guess who? Guess who can't do that? Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush
Cooper
can't do
Rush.
that.
Yeah.
He ain't
Exactly.
no threat. He ain't no threat on the ground, man. So I still think this Ravens season is over. I still think it's over because that's a big hole to come out of. And this
Yeah.
NFL, you know what I mean? That's my thoughts on that game.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, it was shocking that the Ravens put up so many points, but again, they're trying to get them for what they said was a false injury report that went out because they
Oh
said that
yeah.
Lamar had a full practice, but it wasn't. It was a full practice as the scout team member. I mean, technically, that's still a full practice. You
Do,
know what I'm
do you think
saying?
that's Lamar saying, "Hey, y'all ain't putting me out there"? Because you remember he did that a while ago when he had that knee injury, and he was like, "I'm not going back out there without a contract." But it could be one of those things, like a
Well,
Kawhi Leonard thing.
well, but no, I don't think it's that. I think it's more one of those situations where he probably tweaked it. And you know how it is. You'll sit up there and you be like, "Oh, I should be all right." And then the next morning you're like throbbing and stuff like that. And it's like,
Right?
"Oh
Yeah, yeah,
man."
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But they tried to make it like, well, we were preparing for Lamar and we got Tyler Huntley. They're practically the same quarterback. One's just taller than the other one. That's it.
Yep, pretty much.
So your game plan shouldn't have changed.
Nope.
Next is the Jets Bengals. Surprising
God.
game that the Jets set up there and came back and won that game. They were talking about the fact that Tyrod Taylor was supposed to be starting if he didn't get injured. Justin Fields proved that he could still play.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I've been watching Jets film, and a lot of that is not Justin Fields' fault at all. The offensive line doesn't hold up well. And
Hmm.
that's just pretty much what it is. And I think that once he sees that pressure, he's flustered, and that's just it. It's not
100%.
his fault. And we're talking about, understand, Aaron Rodgers had the exact same issue. So, and I think the only thing that's different on the line this year is Elijah Vera Tucker, I think, is out, and they brought in Mambu in the
Hmm.
draft. What were your thoughts on this game? Because again, Joe Burrow threw it a lot to Jamar Chase in
Oh,
this
to
game.
Flacco.
Yeah, I mean Flacco. Yeah, yeah.
Which I hope
Flacco
wasn't
threw it a
Joe.
lot. Yeah, and remember we talked about this. About
Yeah.
this might be the game. They're like, all right, Joe. Joe's back.
But you know what? They put up enough points to win.
Yeah,
They put up
they
enough points to
did.
win.
They
No matter how
did.
they got it, they
They
put up
did.
enough points to win. This is the fact that matters. The Bengals, just like they did with the Steelers, they were giving up a lot of touchdowns.
Hmm.
I honestly didn't see. I watched the game, but I didn't think the Jets would come back. And this was like the only good game throughout the week.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
for all the games, this was like the only good one.
Right.
And watching Justin Fields operate, being mobile back there, man, he was giving them all types of problems. Late third quarter and fourth quarter, he was giving the Bengals all types of problems because that's where he did most of the damage. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just happy for the head coach, happy for Steve Wilkes, happy for all of them. They finally got their first win. And it seems like the owner that called out Justin Fields, I ain't never seen stuff like that. I ain't never seen the owner say, I mean, we ain't got no quarterback. What you expect? And Justin Fields was like, he was about to cry after the game.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, in the press conference he did. In the press conference he did. Yeah,
yeah. He was talking about it, man. It cut him pretty deep because he said he cried in his room or something like that in the closet.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but I was like, man, because the owner. Yeah, the owner come out there and say some stuff like that. Not the coach, the owner.
Yeah, the owner. Yeah, and that was some cold shit. I mean, like I said, Justin Fields, he said he was praying and everything.
Yeah,
and I mean, he went out there and he showcased. And I mean, but again, this is the problem with the Jets. They want to turn over so much. And they never stick with any level of consistency. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is that when you have so much of a turnover, your team is never going to be good. The last time I think they were actually really successful was when Parcells ran the team. And Parcells was there for a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, here you are now.
He had some success with Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez now. Because they made the AFC Championship 2 years in a row. That was it.
Yeah, but even with that, it was like they were failing a lot because Mark Sanchez wasn't that great of a quarterback. It was the defense.
They was relying on defense.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just what it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the Jets are going to do. They might win some more games, but we'll definitely see. Next is, man, your boys, Bills. Panthers.
Talk about this one.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
Let me say, so watching the game, you would expect with the Bills are terrible at holding the run. They're terrible holding the run. End up going the opposite way.
Yeah.
We couldn't run for nothing. But also Dave Canales couldn't get his head out of his butt and give Rico the ball. Because won't nobody catching Rico, okay? Because he ran the ball this time and had more yards than Chuba. Now he came back on Tuesday and said that he's pretty much leaning after watching film, leaning towards Rico. But there was so much stuff that was jacked up about that. Our defense normally good against the run.
Right.
These dudes, our problems winning 3-4. So winning 3-4. All they did was run between the defensive tackle and the outside linebacker. They ran that play like 9 times. 9 times. And was getting like 10 plus yards every single time. That goes to the defensive coordinator, Evero.
Right.
Evero. He needs to be fired. Every Carolina Panther, and we know this. Like we know this been saying this for years.
Right.
Historically worst defense of all time. There was so many things that went wrong in that game, and then not to mention the red rifle. I don't know if he should be a red BB gun now because he ain't got it no more at all. He's not mobile. He can't get out of the pocket.
He's not, and not at all.
He took a sack on at the end of the half when we had a chance to be down by 7. He took a sack. We couldn't get a field goal because they had to rush a field goal. It was like, why would you take a sack and you right in the red zone? Throw the ball out of bounds.
Exactly. Get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball as soon as possible.
Yeah, throw it at somebody's feet. Do something. Took a sack. We had no more timeouts. I can go on and on. I can go on and on, but it was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that your rush defense gave up 200 yards to a running back, especially when y'all got a running back yourselves who can give people 200 yards.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, what is going on like right now? So I do think, I agree with you. I do think what's happening in Carolina, we're starting to see a level of arrogance from a lot of coaches this season.
Yeah.
And it's showcasing in their team's performances. You know what I'm saying? Because it's another game. You predicted something. I don't know if you remember what you predicted. You predicted, but it came true in the game. So you predicted it last week. But yeah, it's just crazy how this is going. Next is the 49ers Texans. Again, another game you and I were
Yeah,
like but remember I said this would be the game
yeah, game. Yeah, you
that
did.
they would lose.
Hmm.
And I still picked the 49ers, which is crazy. But Texans beat the 49ers 26-15. What was your thoughts on that game?
And you know what? Texas defense showed up. Texas
Hmm.
defense, their defense showed up. I know Will Anderson. He made an impact on the game. Mac Jones didn't have his best game, even though I still think he's better than Brock Purdy. But I already know probably next week they're probably going to bring Brock Purdy back
Right.
because Brock Purdy is more mobile than
Mac Jones, yeah.
yeah, he's way more mobile than Mac Jones, and so that'll help him in the running game. They homed in on Christian McCaffrey early. Like Christian
Very
McCaffrey
early.
he was not getting off. So
Mm,
everyone knows that offense is predicated on Christian McCaffrey's success.
right.
If he's not having no success, that whole thing shuts down. And with that defense,
Yeah.
what you gonna do?
And
What you
and,
gonna do?
and that's the crazy part about it because what we saw was for the first time in a game, the injuries was actually impacting. Like
Hmm.
the injuries made a difference. And I think they lost their backup. They now lost their backup middle linebacker. I think it D Winters. I think he's going to be out. So they're taking a toll with these
Yeah,
injuries. I think they got lucky, but I don't know how much luck they're going to have as they keep marching along in this
yeah.
season. But yeah, it's so crazy. I said this Texans game would be the game that they will more than likely lose, and man, they lost it. Next is the Browns Patriots. Um, Dylan Gabriel is what he is, and we saw a wasted 5-sack game
Yeah,
by which is pretty much going to be the defensive player of the year and Miles
yeah,
Garrett.
yeah.
Um, what can you say about this game? Yeah?
Dylan Gabriel's butt. Uh, he's straight butt, man. He's a backup quarterback at best. I'm talking about
Exactly,
we might be talking about third string quarterback. You know,
exactly,
the emergency quarterback that you got to bring in, the one that knows the offense. That's the only reason why he's even on the team because he knows the offense.
right.
Man, this is one of those games where and you know what's funny. I ain't gonna have to get in the game. The Browns just terrible. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots are on their way up. They got one of the best records in the AFC. Uh, the crazy thing is that they put Shador inactive for like some back issues, whatever it was. I'm like, I thought that was weird, and because even Skip Bayless said it earlier. He
Mhm.
said it early, I think earlier in the week before they made him inactive. He said he feel like Baylor Zappi. What is freaking that dude that used to play for New England?
Yeah, yeah,
They say he feel like he's the secretive backup to Dylan Gabriel. And then they go out there on Sunday and they do that. He ended up being a backup quarterback. You know what I mean?
right. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Um, this goes to arrogance. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where
Yeah.
you can't. This is when you're so arrogant that you don't pay attention to the fact that installing Shador could probably save your job,
Yeah.
and it could also save your job in front of your team. Your team,
Hmm.
like you're not telling me Miles Garrett is over there going off, throwing his helmet and all that type of stuff just because he thinks that Dylan Gabriel got isn't getting a fair shake. No, they turned the ball over after he done just got a sack to stop them. And you
Hmm.
gave not only did you get a ball back to him, I think they almost had like a pick six. So it was like we just came off the field, got you the ball back, and you get a ball right back, which means we got to go right back onto the field.
Yeah.
And it again this goes to the arrogance of a coach who doesn't understand that you're putting yourself in this situation. I felt the same way. For Cleveland fans, they don't know what this is. I've seen this before with Jay Gruden.
Mm.
When they drafted Dwayne Haskins, he didn't want
Okay, yeah.
Dwayne Haskins.
Hmm.
My thing is this: you could have saved your job if you showed that you was willing to develop Dwayne Haskins. Since he's
Right.
been fired, he hasn't been in the league since. And that's because teams saw that you wasn't willing to change the outcome of a situation because of your arrogance. And here's now Kevin Stefanski in the same situation. Instead of letting your arrogance not control the narrative and saying like, you know what? Let me try to save my job. I'm gonna go with Shador. No, you want to stick with Dylan Gabriel because you want to prove a point. And again, like you said, even if it is an actual back injury, is it enough to make him not play in a game
Right.
or not come in? And even with that, Dylan Gabriel was playing bad the whole game, especially when Quinshawn Junkins went down. When Quinshawn Junkins went down, offense went to trash.
Yep.
Went directly into the trash. Now you may not even have Junkins for the next 2 weeks because according from what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing, it's more about like he has like a real injury because I think
Mm.
it's like his AC joint in his shoulder.
Okay,
So
yeah. Yeah.
I mean he might be out the next 2 games. So like I said, again, this is one where uh the coach's arrogance is really hurting his team more than he can really think. Uh
100%.
Next is the Giants Eagles, and another coach whose arrogance is getting the best of them. You predicted that the way they were using Cam Scatterbo, he
Oh
was
yeah.
going to get hurt.
Right.
And guess what happened? He
Yeah.
got hurt in this game. Is possibly out for the season. That means Jackson Dart is now your starting quarterback without a Cam Scatterbo running the ball. What are your thoughts on this game?
I know. Look, Tracy better step up. Like he did a little bit last year. He did a little bit last year. But Cam Scatterbo, he runs so hard. He runs as hard as what's buddy from? Matter of fact, I think he runs harder than him. The guy from Kansas City. I can't think of his name right now.
Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco. Because Pacheco, he runs hard, but you see him, he stay injured.
Stay
he
hurt.
stay
Stay
he
hurt.
stay injured. See, that's what the problem about running hard. Everybody not Adrian Peterson. Everybody not
Or
Adrian
Steven
Peterson.
Jackson.
Right. Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? This John season is pretty much done. I'm going ahead. I'm going to wrap them up in the bank. They're starting to record it back anyways. This thing is more about. I think I'm looking at the Eagles side of the house. It looks like the Eagles has at this point figured out, or Jalen Hurts has figured out what he needed to do in the passing game. A lot of
Hmm.
his touchdowns came through the air. I mean, he
Right.
have a lot. He didn't blow out the yardage and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, he's able to keep his receivers happy. He does a lot of work with his tight end.
Right.
Uh,
Yes. Got it.
yeah. Dallas Goddard. I don't know why I want to call him Zach Ertz. I just want to do it. I just want to. He plays for y'all now,
Yeah.
but.
And he can't catch.
Oh man, but he does a lot of work with that. But he's figuring it out, man. And thing is, that's the scary part. And oh yeah, and Saquon had a game.
Got off
Saquon finally
150.
had a game.
And he kind of got injured a little bit, but they on their bye next week, so they straight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're good. They start hitting their stride now where they need to hit it.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you, I mean, 4 touchdowns is 4 touchdowns, no
That's
matter
one
how you
guy you
look
got.
at it. Yeah. And I mean, that was an impressive display right there. And this is their second meeting. So I think that, but this is what normally happens with the Eagles. They hit their stride right about the coming towards the straightaway of the
Hmm.
playoffs and everything. And I think that at this point, this is what they're going to happen. I think they probably going to get some of their offensive linemen back later as they keep moving on. then you're talking about this team is really going to be dangerous. And if we all hate the tush push, it's about to be back. So it's about to be back
I ain't gonna
because
lie to you. I hate that tush push. I hate
man, you're not by yourself. I hate it too, man. Next is the Buccaneers Saints game. This was a shocking game, young, because I
Yeah,
mean this was one of those games that I was for certain being a divisional game. It was
yeah.
going to be a lot more action and things like that. There was practically nothing going on here.
Not at all. Man.
Spencer Rattler did not look like he was in the
Nope.
game, and then they replaced him with Tyler Shook, and
Yeah.
Tyler Shook didn't look no better.
Nope.
What was your thoughts on this game?
What Tyler? He's going to. I think they already announced he's going to start next game. He's going to start next game. Man, it's honestly didn't none of them really impressed me.
Hmm.
Not this game. So the Bucks defense. The Bucks defense is what held it down.
Right.
Is what held it down. They had a couple of scores. They had one score of a touchdown. They had one called back, but they did get it was a fumble in recovery, but he was down by contact. But that should have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
yeah it would have been bad. But uh, for Baker to keep doing what he's doing with his receivers, I think what I'm saying. It don't matter who goes down. Eventually he'll do it. So he looked a little better than what he did last week, but I think that's because he was playing an inferior team this week.
Right. Right.
The Spencer Rattle Spencer I said Spencer Rattle that should be his name
Rattle.
Spencer Rattle yeah
Right.
because that's how he looked back there starting from the beginning of the game. And I'm watching this game. I'm like, okay, he looked better the first couple of weeks of the season.
Right.
This
Right.
yeah this one he didn't look. I had texture. I was like, man, they're gonna bench him.
Yeah,
I said they're
exactly.
gonna
Yeah,
bench him.
and yeah, you called it, and it came true. They definitely benched him. But
Yeah,
again, it's like the who came in wasn't worth it at all either. Like I mean, and the fact that again,
Saints should have got your door. I just say that much, man. They should
yeah,
have.
we're starting to see so many teams are now sitting here with the biggest mistake they could have ever made.
Yeah,
And it's like, yo, like Shador was there for all of y'all, and y'all chose something different,
for five
So
rounds.
yeah, yeah. So it's like this is crazy. I mean, we go from the Saints to the Titans, who could have taken Shador. The Titans and the Colts. I mean, we talked about it. We was texting about it, and I said because he's at 700 yards, but I'm like, yo, he's almost at 1,000, and
Hmm.
he's only 8 games in. And Jonathan Taylor is like not playing around. So, what was your thoughts on that 3 touchdowns in this game by him?
Hey man, John Taylor beast, man. He's a beast. He might actually win the triple crown for running backs.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
he might he might actually he
yeah.
might actually win that. He's gonna have the most touchdowns, gonna have the most yardage for
And
sure.
the most carries.
Yeah, he, he's he is the offense. I mean,
Yeah,
you got Indiana Jones that got the passing game down pat. He got it. It seemed like him, Michael Pittman. They got a good rapport. I mean, he got a
right.
good rapport.
Well, all the
All of them.
receivers, all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them. And thing is, man, if you don't, you got to outscore the Colts.
Hmm.
You have to outscore the Colts because
Yeah.
even though their defense ain't great, it's holding it down.
And that's the thing about it. Like we're seeing the Colts really showcase how good they can be. And not only that, it's like there's nothing that's going to stop them currently. I mean, when you talk about what is happening in this with this team,
Yep,
there's no way that anybody can actually stop this team because they're just getting it done. I mean, from every level on the offense, they have somebody dangerous
they do.
every level. And even if you do want to consider Daniel Jones just a game manager, he's managing it very well. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, I mean, this is one, I mean, I'm absolutely blown away and impressed with how the Colts have really been playing, and the Titans, they should sell everybody at this point. Like there's no redeeming qualities there. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying? Like there's no way. I mean, they fired their coach because they didn't think he was adequate enough. And guess what? They're still losing. It
Yeah.
just doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference. Next is the Cowboys Broncos. Broncos set up there and gave the Cowboys an ass whooping, 44 to
Yeah.
24. What was your thoughts on that game?
Hey, Humbling real quick. Humbling real quick, man. Their offense didn't look that great either. I know what's the name? He did get off a little bit, just a little bit, not much. I saw Pickens. I
Uh-huh.
saw Pickens because I was in and out of this game. I was in and out of this game. Mainly because I mean it's the Cowboys, man. I'm honestly I'm not a big fan of the Cowboys.
Uh,
I'm not a big fan of the Cowboys at all because they get a lot of attention, even though I like the documentary and I see why they get so much attention.
right.
Uh, but the main thing is Bo Nix had a good game. Bo Nix
Mhm.
actually had a very good game, man. He looked real good yesterday. Man, not yesterday. I'm talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Sunday. He looked real good on Sunday.
Yeah.
He looked real good on Sunday. And then he was hitting up Franklin a little bit. I
Yeah.
noticed that he's starting to target him a little more than usual. I think if he keeps between him, Mims, and Sutton, between those, if he figures out a way to even up like everything like they do in Green Bay,
Mhm.
it's going to be a problem because then you really don't know who to guard, who's the main one.
Yeah, I agree. And what we saw in this game was Dak wanted to start throwing interceptions. He hadn't thrown an interception in a while,
Yeah,
and it's like he just all of a sudden said, "Hey, you know what, game? Why don't I just start throwing some?
I
I
ain't been in a
miss
while.
throwing them." So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, so yeah, the Cowboys deserve to go down. I'm not a Cowboys fan either. Next is the Packers and the Steelers. That was a very good game as well because
yep.
they were actually going back and forth. Even though as soon as Deshaun Elliott went out, that's when all of a sudden the Packers turned it on and it just became a nightmare for the Steelers defensively. What was your thoughts on that game?
I tell you what, man, you can't get down. You can't get down because it's gonna be Michael Parsons, and then the person that's benefiting the most out of this dude, Rashawn Gary.
Yeah,
Rashawn,
Rashawn Gary, yes.
yeah, he eat now. He
Yeah,
eat now.
yeah.
Yeah, he's starting eating now. So that's gonna be a problem, man. I think the Steelers got to do something with their defense, man. They got to
Hmm.
do something with their defense because the Aaron Rodgers, he can't. He's not gonna put up those games like he did before. He still can, but you scored 25 points. I think that should be in somewhere in the ballpark to win
Right.
you the game. What they scored last week against the Bengals, they should have been in the ballpark,
Yeah, yeah,
to
definitely.
win the game. But what was supposed to be in the Steelers' strength is their weakness.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
offense is supposed to be their weakness,
Right, right. And they're
but
already
the offense
talking about bringing trying to get Aaron Rodgers to come back in 2026.
they
Crazy.
could have jashed the door too.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
no,
uh, uh,
at least,
uh,
at least, at least let them sit behind them.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. These teams are all over the place.
yeah,
Also with that, like Tucker Craft is the best tight end in the NFL.
man, he was getting off.
There,
He was
there,
getting off.
there is no tight end better than him. Like,
Nah.
I mean, and I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I know you knew Jeremiah, but especially when it comes to me in the draft series, I talked about Tucker Craft. I
Yeah.
talked about Washington taking Tucker Craft. And I talked about how great Tucker Craft was. What he's doing in the NFL is exactly what he was doing at at South Dakota State. The
Uh-huh.
exact same thing. The man was the focal point of the offense there. And he's basically become the focal point of this Packers offense. And he is the best tight end in the league right now. Like I mean, this guy basically takes over the game. Like we don't see tight ends do it like he does it right now.
Yeah.
This is like maybe past Travis Kelce would do it, but he's doing it on a completely different level. So, yeah. Last but not least is the game I've talked about. Commanders Chiefs. I can't do enough praising the Patrick Mahomes. I mean, this man is
Hmm.
effing surgical, man. I mean, like he just second half he just obliterated my team because it was like,
Yeah.
and it was almost like for us, we see it as chaos the way he plays,
Hmm.
but for him, that's under control.
Yeah.
And I mean, he blew us out in the second half. Rasheen Rice had a big game.
He
Travis
did.
Kelce, who looks like a bum all the time, is now all of a sudden found a way to be better than he
Right.
was in the past. And Xavier Worthy had some plays. Uh, Hollywood Brown didn't do much, but what was your thoughts on the game? Because my thoughts was already is out there.
So that game, I was looking at Scary Terry. I was like, Scary Terry, okay. I was like, he getting off in the first half. He getting off
Mm,
first half. They're gonna be all right. And I got to give a lot of credit. Even though we get a lot of credit to Patrick Mahomes, I got to give a lot of credit to Andy Reid. Because
yeah, yeah.
Andy Reid started calling these plays, man. He started calling. I've noticed how they work. If something's not working, Andy Reid will change in the middle of first quarter. He would change the game plan. Like, let's say, hey, they
Completely
were they
change
were
it.
trying to pass. All of a sudden, the next series, they like, hey, this ain't working. We're about to
Hmm.
run the ball. We're about to run the
Yeah,
ball. This is what we about to do. I've seen it multiple times, man. And when you get uh an elite quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, then you get an elite coach like Andy Reid. It is crazy. It's insane what they're doing in Kansas City, man. I literally thought the Commanders ended up going to have a chance until the second half. At first, I was like, this game will get dominated, but Patrick Mahomes threw two interceptions. He threw two, and I was
yeah.
just like, hey, they're gonna capitalize off this, you know what I'm saying? But then muster no 7 points in the first half, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, we went down, and that was just it. Like I said, the defense looked good at the beginning. Second
Yeah,
half, Patrick Mahomes said, "Oh, you know what? I forgot how good I was. Let me just show y'all." And then that was it. Game was over.
yeah.
But that has been our rundown for the week that happened. Y'all tell us what y'all think. Like, subscribe, and comment. Share with everybody you know as well. Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, along with my man Jeremiah Street, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.